Sanjeev, what kind of biscuits does your friend like?
I don't know.
Ask him.
Biscuits. We've got rich tea, bourbons...
Custard creams?
Custard creams or chocolate chip.
All of them, please.
All of them, Dad. But of course, why not?
Hello.
It's so nice to have you here.
Thank you. I put them in my bag.
Listen, sorry we couldn't offer you any hot snacks.
My wife usually makes them, but she's not allowed to prepare food today. It's Karva Chauth, you see.
Yeah.
What's that?
Karva Chauth is a special day on which the women honor their husbands by fasting from sunrise to sunset.
Yeah. My mum hasn't had anything to eat all day.
That's how devoted she is to me. The more strictly the woman sticks to her fast, the more devotion she shows for her husband.
I don't believe in obeying man.
Oh, it's a very ancient tradition in our family.
So what?
Yeah, but the best part is, luckily, we don't have to fast because we're men.
George,
Hello.
it's you.
Hello.
Hello, my darling.
It's been lifetimes.
Oh, it has. Oh, this is my daughter-in-law. So, darling, what have you come as today?
A sort of Hindi businessman on acid.
It's gorgeous. It's like Diwali's happened on your face. It's beautiful.
Marguerite, is that cheese on your scarf?
No, that is the traditional brooch of Karva Chauth. Yes, it's a symbol of...
Mozzarella.
Yes, it does look like mozzarella, ironically, but... Sanjeev, you fool! You've just eaten the traditional brooch of fasting. It's a very bad omen.
No, it's
the harvest will probably... This is ridiculous.
There you go, girl. Just eat it all.
Marguerite, you're eating.
I'm tired of pretending every year.
I mean, you pretend every year.
The revolution's here, sister,
And we
because
love
I'm
it.
a woman.
Welcome again to my world. Now, the 80s threw up several Georges, including George Bush Sr. and George from Rainbow. But I think tonight we've got the best George of the lot. Ladies and gentlemen, Boy George!
Can I just complain about the tea? This is
go on
the
then.
worst cup of tea I've ever tasted in my life.
He made it. I've got to say, let me dive in. You're right on the very edge of popular culture. You know, you like to move with the times, you like to keep working. Why don't you just live off the culture club royalties and stay in bed? Because that's what I'd do.
Because I bore easily.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it that you just you're too interested in too many things and stuff?
Well, I don't get played on the radio in England because I'm considered past it.
Oh, no, never.
So, you know, one has to find new things to do.
Yeah.
Because if you rely on music to make a living,
Yeah.
for me, I'd end up in a tin hut. So I've had to kind of, you know, step into other areas, which is good, you know, which means I don't rely on Radio 1 to, you know, give me a living.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I can do that great thing and I can slag them off.
George, sweetheart, just turn around a bit. I love the back of your head, but the front bit is nicer. Now, you know, you are multi-talented, darling. You're a singer, songwriter, DJ, but you know what I love best about you? You're such a bitch, aren't you? Have you always been such a cheeky monkey?
I do have the problem of saying what I think. Sometimes it comes out the wrong way. When I say that Robbie Williams is talentless, I'm actually trying to help him.
Oh, come on, let's play the celebrity clay pigeon shooting. We love this game. So what happens, George, is that we throw a celebrity up in the air and you just shoot them down with a few cheeky monkey comments. All right?
I'll do my best.
OK. All right, ready? Ready, everyone?
Yes.
OK, Paul.
Simon Le Bon.
Adore him, love all his work.
Paul.
Liberty X.
Who?
Go ahead. Paul.
George Michael.
I won't hear a kind word said about him.
Paul.
Uncle Devinder.
Love him.
Yeah, well, obviously, we ran out of steam on that one. I think we're very, very similar, like, because I like pushing back the boundaries as well. You know, I'm very edgy. The show's very edgy. I mean, for instance, bum.
Sanjeev.
Sorry.
George, darling, you know when I first really began to worship you is when I saw you on top of the pop singing Do You Want to Hurt Me? What a debut. There you were with your long hair in your salwar kameez, and I thought, at last, a pop star who's modelled himself on an old Indian woman. Was that your inspiration?
I think your
template?
culture is responsible for a lot of my looks.
Really?
Well, tonight, certainly. It's,
You've only got yourselves to blame.
Mum.
George, have you been to India?
Twice.
Really?
Why?
Sanjeev.
To get some jewellery.
Oh, it's a good reason, isn't it, really?
No, I think that, you know, I've always had a kind of fascination with India because of the kind of kitschness and the colour. I like the smell of the food as well.
But you're vegetarian, aren't you?
Exactly.
That's quite good in India.
It is very, very, very useful.
No, because I remember, you know, when I've gone to India, the chickens there, they look really kind of like thin and amazing. You want to feed them, you don't want to eat them. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think with chickens, you know, it's like, have you ever met a calm chicken?
Not socially. I mean, under what context are we talking
I
here?
buy into this idea that if you eat an animal, you're kind of absorbing everything about that animal. Chickens eat their own poo. They are not particularly calm creatures. Have you ever seen a chicken in the lotus position? No.
This is true.
But they don't have knees, do they?
I've never bothered looking.
That's well. Now, I want to ask about your career, because your latest project is Taboo, right? Which is a musical which is on at the moment in London's fashionable West End. Is it any good?
Well, we've just been awarded 4 Tony Awards, so it might be quite good.
That's quite good, isn't it?
That's
4 Tony Awards is quite a lot.
good.
Yeah.
I was going to ask your advice because this year the Wembley Asian Pensioners Society annual theatre trip is going to be to a musical. So what can you offer us that Chitty Chitty Bang Bang can't?
A sense of humour.
Yes. What else is in your show? I hope there's nothing too exciting like flashing lights because my friend Asha has a very nervous bladder and you don't want her puddling up your front row, do you?
It's not a kind of Mamma Mia type of show.
No.
So it's, a lot of people come thinking they're going to hear all the Culture Club songs. So you do get the odd sort of customer complaining. It is a new score. And it really isn't about Culture Club. It's more about how I got to be part of Culture Club.
Now, you have written an excellent autobiography, of course, fantastic, really juicy stuff. And I was talking to somebody who'd read it, and they were telling me that you grew up in quite a rough part of London, in a big Irish family, 5 brothers, right?
4 brothers.
4 brothers, 4
one
brothers.
sister.
Oh, right, 4 brothers. They're all builders.
Yeah.
They're all builders, right? And they all wanted to fight and drink and chase skirt, and there were you. You know, no interest in the construction business whatsoever.
No. Although I did do the odd conversion.
Listen,
I mean, you know, my father did try to kind of get me involved in the sort of, you know, building industry, but I personally prefer to paint and decorate myself.
Yeah.
I'm a living metaphor.
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 Oh, sorry, that's the end of the sentence. Now, if I can touch briefly upon your sexuality, because it can be a sensitive subject.
Nonsense,
For
Sanjeev.
who?
We are very progressive in this house.
Yes.
We had Graham Norton on the show. The gay thing worked very well for him, didn't it?
Yes. It's very fashionable to be gay.
Very fashionable to be Asian as well.
If only someone could combine the two.
We're still waiting, Sanjeev. You know, statistically, at least 1 in 5 people is gay, so that means somebody amongst us is. Oh, it's you, George! Okay,
I
that's sorted
resemble
that
that
out.
remark.
As you can see, Mr. George, we're very advanced on sexuality. Why don't you tell us the story of when you came out of the cupboard?
It's called a closet.
Oh, he was translating it into the Hindi and then back into the English.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. I came out at 15, and my parents were very cool about it. You know, they kind of knew.
Did they? But you knew at quite a young age then, at 15, didn't you?
Well, it's one of those things that you are told by other people. It's not that you actually know what you are. It's that other kids poke you and say, perf, queer, don't choose you for the football team.
I mean, it's kind of... I mean, coming out of the cupboard in India is...
It's very difficult.
Isn't it? It's
Yes, because it's still illegal.
Oh, yes.
to come out of the cupboard.
Cupboard, yes.
Even to be in the cupboard.
Well, either being in the cupboard or just... The cupboard area is a minefield.
In fact, you know, George, there's 1 billion people in India, so you're better off staying in the cupboard. There's more room.
What I found in India is that most people who were gay became religious. Because that's a great way to avoid sex.
Ah.
You know, if you renounce sex and the material world, then you never have to face that issue. But when I was in Bombay, I saw quite a few Saffron Marys.
You know, George, darling, I was thinking it must have been quite hard for you to come out as a gay pop star in the 80s. I think you paved the way for a lot of other people. I mean, you must look at Will Young and think, I did that, I am responsible for that. Does it make you feel very proud, darling?
I look at Will Young and I think, yeah, he's an out gay man singing about a woman. What woman, did she have a beard?
There's nothing wrong with beards on women.
Now, I must ask you this. I've always been dying to ask you this. I mean, if I were to ask you one thing that summed up the 80s for you, what would it be?
That's a difficult one.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
I think I think at the time I hated every other band. So I think probably kind of bitterness and that sort of competitive spirit, you know, we always hated every other band.
It's not what I was looking for.
OK, what were you looking for? Margaret Thatcher?
Oh, no. I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a little clue. A tiny little clue, OK? A lot of people getting together to do a charity song.
Oh, it's OK. Feed Bob Geldof.
Well, Band-Aid is what I was trying to get.
Oh, we loved that record, didn't we? Your bit on it, you outshine everybody, even Simon Le Bon. There won't be snow in Africa this Christmas time. The greatest gift this year is life.
Bow down, Mr. Hari Rama, Hari Krishna.
That's the one. Don't you mind one and only? Boy, girl. I mean, at least tell me you respected Coverchot when Papaji was alive.
Of course I did, beta. When your father was alive, I remember it as a very sacred day. Testing times.
Once you lose tradition, you're on the slippery slope, isn't it, Mr. George?
No, but surely respect has to be earned, doesn't it, George?
I agree.
Exactly. Why should a woman have to prove herself worthy of a man? Why shouldn't it be the other way round? George thinks it should be the other way round.
I mean, he didn't say anything.
His hat moved. Anyway, George, I agree with you. You've hit the nail on the head. It should be the men who are doing the fasting.
Exactly.
Oh, thanks, George. Thanks a lot.
You think I can't fast, Mr. George? Well, I can. From now on, Sanjeev and I are fasting.
What?
Marjorie, get the door.
Did it yourself.
What did you say we were going to fast for?
It wasn't me. It was Boy George. He's politicized the women of the house.
That's all we need, isn't it? A house full of bloodthirsty feminist revolutionaries. June Whitfield.
Miss Whitfield, hello. How much win Kumars?
How do you do?
Oh.
I'm the producer.
Oh, I see.
This is my son, Sanjeev.
The host.
Hello, Sanjeev.
Marjorie, June Whitfield is here. Marjorie! I'll go and get them.
Jude, may I say, it's so nice to have someone shorter than me on the show. They're always booking tall people.
Hello.
George.
I love the jacket.
I thought it was the Phantom. Well, very nice to see you
Thank you very
all.
much.
I am sorry about the delay earlier. We thought we could leave the men to look after you, but apparently not.
We were
They did very well.
Thank you very much, June. I was just telling how small she was. What? But no, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with being big like George. You're not too small, June. I was just saying that you're both the right heights for yourselves. I've been feeling a bit faint. I haven't eaten for...
Almost a minute and a half now.
Yeah, I'll go and do your intro.